Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, you'll be pleased to know that I haven't come out of motovlog retirement. I am purely here to do a review on the Aoocci C9Max Android Auto Apple CarPlay recording video, does everything, do everything bike accessory. So stick with us and we'll have a little chat about it. So, as some of you might know, back in the summer we took a trip to northern Italy, to the Salvio Pass, and last year we did a trip to Ireland, the west coast of Ireland, and also a separate trip over to Belgium. Now, when you're doing a trip like that, you need some sort of navigation, and in the good old days we would have had a map in the top of our tank bag about here somewhere with some handwritten diagram or instructions on where to go, where to turn, and then just fingers crossed that the road signs were in English but also readily available. But times have moved on, thank goodness. Times have moved on, and now we use satellite navigation, and it makes the world a much easier place and a much safer place, because you're not necessarily having to fiddle around looking for directions while you should be concentrating on the road. Now, last year, if you did watch, or this year, sorry, and last year, if you did watch the videos, you'll know that I used a mobile phone and Google Maps, which was great and it did a job, but there are some issues with that, and those issues are, firstly, I'm quite protective of my phone, so I didn't want my mobile phone that I love and care for sticking on the front of a bike in all weathers, at all speeds, held on by a couple of little bits of plastic. So I got a spare phone. Now, when I got a spare phone, the issue you have there is you then need network, so I had to take out a contract for a little bit of data that would work while I was abroad, which is brilliant. And you've got the other issue, which is with mobile phones, they're not ideal for viewing in very bright lights. Unfortunately, the screen is sometimes even unviewable in bright light, and when you're on a motorway looking for navigation, that becomes a difficult problem. The other issue is when it's raining and water gets into the ports, you can't charge the phone, and also as soon as rain hits the touch screen on a mobile phone, you tend to have an issue where it starts doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things that you could really do without when you're looking for the next turning while on the wrong side of the road. So then you have the option of buying a Satnav system for the motorcycle, one that's designed for a motorcycle and works well for a motorcycle in all weathers and all conditions. Now, I've been lucky enough to be given a Aoocci, and I apologise if I have pronounced that incorrectly, an Aoocci C9Max, which is this item here, and I think is absolutely brilliant from what I've actually used it for so far. Now, this is the first proper ride I've had with it, but actually I'm really impressed so far with not just the build quality, but with what it does and how well it does it. So let's start from scratch. Let's start from the beginning. The box arrives. We're all used to receiving items from China, packages from China, that are in plain white packaging, just a sticker on the top, which we have no idea what it says, because it's generally in Chinese. You open up the inside of the box, and it's whatever you bought is rattling around in a plastic bag, and there's no real love or care about it. Well, this one's very, very different. Start with the box itself. It's high quality, it's solid, it's well made, it gives you information about what you've purchased. You open the box up, you've got instructions which are very good, and they are very, very good, superb in fact. So it says don't connect to the battery directly, connect to an ignition feed only. It has an internal battery for memory. So then we put it together, it connects to your phone. It's an absolute doddle, absolute doddle. I cannot tell you how brilliant this is in its connections. If I just press the home button there, if I can press it, it's my fault, and press home, that's the main screen. So you get 5 options. That's your tyre pressure monitoring. The tyre pressure valve covers come with the kit. You screw them on, you bind them to the unit, and then it records your tyre pressures. I can see that my rear tyre pressure is a little bit low, so I need to adjust that. And it'll give you a warning if the tyre pressures get too low or too high if you're in track use. You then have the interconnect. I'll go into that in a moment. That's where it connects to the phone and gives you all your Android Auto or Apple CarPlay connections and options. You've got driver recording. Now this I like. Press driver recording, and I've got 2 cameras fitted, one at the back and one at the front. This is now the rear one. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's really good quality. I can literally see the water being sprayed up off the road, and I can see the water droplets. Unfortunately, sometimes the GoPro and the frame rate, you don't get that clearly, so I don't know how you can see this right now, but it's really, really clear. I'll put a little bit of footage on that I took this morning on the way into work, which was at night on the M5, an unlit part of the motorway, and the camera quality was superb. I mean exceptional. So if I now swap this and change which camera we're using, you can have dual camera. So that's my front camera, that's my rear camera. You can swap them around either way you want, or you can just have front camera showing. Now you can also record. This is recording now, but it records I think in 3-minute sections maximum. I haven't set that up yet and I haven't played with it, but yeah, apparently it records in 3-minute sections, and then it goes back to the beginning, and it's like a rolling recorder. So basically when you need to use the Dashcam situation or system, you then save that part of the Dashcam footage. Okay, so if we come out of that section and we go home, you've got the replay, which shows you any of the footage you recorded. Your settings, that's obvious. But if we now go into interconnect, this gives you full Android Auto or full Apple CarPlay options, systems, networks, everything. Currently I'm listening to is it Teddy Swims Lose Control through my headset. If I press that button, there you go. So now it's changed to Prayer in Sea by Robin S, whoever the hell that is, I don't know. But basically you've got your maps, you've got your Google Maps, your Satnav, you've got your mobile player. If I press it again, same as you would with a normal Android Auto, you then have your full menu system, which works exactly like an Android Auto would. I mean, that's incredible. This is Android Auto or Apple CarPlay on a motorbike that you can use to go anywhere you like, and it's waterproof, and you can see it in sunshine. So we've got our music. Let's have a look at the music. Press that one. There you go. So I can have just my music showing if I want. I don't like this. Little Wood and the Prick and Robin Schulz. Okay, not sure about that one. Dahul, don't know who that is. Breathe, The Prodigy, great track. Let's have a listen to that one while I'm talking to you. So we've got a full system on here that does everything that you could possibly want it to do. It's phenomenal quality, it's super fast. You can take an answer and make phone calls through Android Auto as you would normally. I mean, obviously on a bike you're always going to have a little bit of trouble with regards to big fingered gloves and motorway shakes and stuff like that, where your hands moving around. I mean, luckily I've got my glasses on, otherwise I'd be finger banging away and getting absolutely nowhere. So it does all work. It works really, really well. The tyre pressure monitoring system seems to work really well and is pretty accurate from what I can gauge. The Dashcam system, which I'm not a fan of Dashcams, but actually it's so easy to set up on this, and it's so precise and high quality that I'll probably leave it on. So full disclosure, I was given this set by Aoocci to carry out a test, to produce a video, to give my thoughts, and obviously there's going to be that thought that because they've given it to me, I feel beholden to them to give them a good review. I'm not that person. Anyone who knows me will know that I like to have a little moan. I like to moan about stuff. That's what I do. It's my best part, really, is being able to moan, because I'm very, very good at it. But I can't fault this. I genuinely can't fault this. I'm just going to turn this off a moment. I'm going to pause that, and I'm going to switch it back to Satnav. Again, finger blasting away. There we go, Satnav, so we're all good. The only thing, and it is the only thing that I have an issue with, let's just turn these heated grips down because they're getting quite hot. Okay, the only thing which I have a little bit of a moan about, and it isn't actually about the unit, it's about Ducati and this annoying, frustrating one-piece handlebar clamp that they insist on using, because what that does is it stops me fitting that centrally, and that really bugs me. That really annoys me that that's off to one side. What I want is for it to be there just below the screen, or like my mobile phone mount, which is just above the screen. Now it's a little bit too heavy to fit above the screen, and I didn't have a mounting bracket that I could make work, but it would have been nice to have it just there, just in front. But that stupid bracket that they use prevents me from doing it. So I'm trying to find a company that produces two separate handlebar clamps that I can put on there, and then I can fit that straight in the middle and have it centrally, because I'm all about the aesthetics. That's why I fitted the cameras, but you can barely see them. In fact, unless you know where you're looking, you won't see them, because I like things to look as they should and not look like you've crashed through a prosthetics factory and everything is stuck to the bike, a bit like a KTM. So that's my opinion on it. It's really good. Now, what's even better is that Aoocci have given me a discount code, which I will put in the description, so please use that. I think that gives you 15, or it might even be a bit more percentage. I'll put on the screen what the percentage of it is. It might be 22%, something like that. And I think that's brilliant and well worth it. The cost I'll put on the screen now. It is in dollars, because that's the cost they've given me, but obviously when you purchase it from remote dealers, it's all paid for in your own currency anyway, because it's all paid for either by PayPal or credit card or whatever. But I do highly recommend this bit of kit. This is going to be a bit of a game changer when it comes to travelling abroad, travelling locally, because the phone is in my pocket, it's not connected to any wires, it's not out in all weathers and all conditions, but all the information I need is right there on that purpose-built Android Auto bike communication system that just seems so well built. It's solid, it's precise, it's not heavy, but it feels like it works. I haven't tried it in severely wet weather, or any wet weather yet. It is waterproof. It'd be nice to see what the touchscreen is going to be like in water, but from what I can gather, this is a touchscreen that uses a small amount of pressure. It's almost like the perfect hybrid of the original touchscreen phones that came out that actually worked on pressure rather than the capacitive signal that you get from your fingers, that slight electrical current that it takes. Now by doing that, it means it doesn't matter what gloves you wear, because that little bit of pressure is what it uses, and also it shouldn't make any difference in the wet, because the touchscreen itself doesn't rely on the capacitive touching or capacitative touching, I don't know, something along those lines anyway, where it uses the electrical signal from the finger or from the skin to actually produce the contact. Because of course you all see when you have gloves and they say, oh, it's got the touch screen connectivity on it, that's because they put small fibers of a conductive material in the finger point of the finger, so that conductive or conduction that comes from the skin will then feed through into the screen. But this uses a small pressure point as well. I'm pretty certain of that, and I'm sure that will cause it not to have any false alarms in wet weather. Connections are brilliant. There's 3 connections, that's all. 3 plug-in screw-in connections. One that goes to the electrical socket, so a ignition feed and a earth, that's it. Another one that goes to the rear camera, and one that goes to the front camera, and that's it. What took the most time fitting this device to this bike was actually deciding where I was going to fit the cameras. Once that was done, it was an absolute doddle, and I genuinely mean that. So I recommend it. I don't recommend things lightly, because I always believe you get what you pay for. That's a fact, you get what you pay for. With this, I think you get what you pay for, and a whole lot more. A whole lot more. The quality, the speed of the signal transfer between my phone and the unit is, well, as if I was just using my phone directly, or if I had my phone connected to a car Android Auto through a wire. In actual fact, I know it sounds simple and it's probably mind over matter, but it actually feels quicker using this than the Android Auto in my car, and that's connected by a USB cable. So mind-blowing. Look, I'm just going to put it out there, it's mind-blowing. It's a fantastic bit of kit. I'm really impressed. I highly recommend it. Use the code in my description, which will give you the opportunity to get a good discount on your purchase. And if you do, let me know how you get on. Even though I don't make videos anymore, apart from this one, I've come out of retirement, I suppose, just for this little video. But please let me know in the comments. I still read the comments, and I like them and I appreciate them. Okay, so just let us know if you do get one, what you thought of it, what you think of it, what your experience has been. So apart from that now, I've cleared the roadworks on the M4 Prince of Wales Bridge. I'm out of Wales, I'm heading back to work. I love you all, appreciate your time. Good bit of kit, highly recommended by myself, along with many other much bigger YouTubers than me. If you search Aoocci on YouTube right now, you will find the big guns, Richie Vida, Lamb Chop Rides, along with many others that have used these. Highly recommend them. So if you don't want to listen to me, listen to them, and if they get a bigger discount code, use their discount code. But this is recommended. This is a good bit of kit, and if you know anyone who makes double clamps that go here instead of this single one, let me know, because that'll fix all of my OCD issues as well. But anyway, stay safe guys, I love you all, and I'm going to catch you, I don't know, who knows when the next flip side might be.